Hiya and welcome to today's video, which I'll be showing you and telling you about the stuff I got while in Florida. Everything I'll be saying is without the tax, but if you would like to calculate what it would be with the tax, it's the price times 1.065. And if you'd like to get it into pounds, you need to multiply it by 0.75. I'll start with the food, and within the food, I'll start with my sort of go-to meal at the Three Broomsticks, which was a 20-ounce raspberry iced tea and a side of fries. The 20 ounces is sort of this size for $3.99, and the side of fries was a fairly good portion for $3.49. At the Leaky Cauldron, a 16-ounce frozen butter beer, this is compared to the 20-ounce, is $7.99. Bit pricey. A hot butter beer, which is just a large hot chocolate sized takeaway cup, is also $7.99. The souvenir butter beer is very pricey, but kind of a necessity. $13.49 for this tankard. I was also going to get the other design, but they didn't have it at the time I was there. This is the making of Harry Potter in London size. Like, if not for the handle, I could be able to fit one into the other. There is quite a big difference in them, and I think I actually prefer the American one. It feels more magical. Yeah, they're different, very different sizes. So the one in England is something like £7 or £8. So they're quite similar in price, but this one is a bit bigger. And out of the butter beers, my favourite is the hot butter beer. The frozen butter beer is better than the normal butter beer in my opinion. So honestly, the normal butter beer is the worst one for me. I just also tried the soft serve butterbeer ice cream, and that was actually pretty good. It didn't taste much of butterbeer, which is kind of vanilla with a tiny bit of butterbeer. But I didn't try the hard pack because they didn't have any while I was there. Pumpkin juice, for which you get to keep this lovely bottle from, is $6.99 and doesn't taste an awful lot like pumpkin juice. It's sort of like apple juice with a hint of cinnamon and some pumpkin in there. I wasn't able to drink it all. I didn't really sit well with me, the flavour. I do like this bottle very much. At Florian Fortescue's, a normal ice cream cone is $6.99, but if you want to get it with this souvenir sundae cup, it's $8.49, so that's like $1.50 more, and you get this lovely thing to keep. I really liked it, and you also get sauce with this one, whereas you don't with the normal one, and toppings are $1.19 for the ice cream. At Honeydukes, I'd gotten a sugar quill for $4.95, which is pretty good. Actually, that's very good. I think the ones at Warner Brothers are $4.25, but in pounds. This tin of sherbet lemons for $9.95, which is exactly the same price as in England, but in dollars, so it's actually about a third cheaper, which is pretty good, because I've wanted this tin, but I didn't get it at Warner Brothers because seems ridiculous to pay £10 for a tin of normal sweets. Continuing with the Honeydukes theme, I got this Honeydukes jar for $9.95, so the same as the tin, but I think it looks nicer, to be honest, and it was empty, so that's another thing. Something else that I got from Honeydukes is this chocolate frog keepsake, so it's a metal tin instead of the usual cardboard box. It comes with 5 chocolate frog cards instead of 1, and it's $25. These are usually $12, but if you buy 3, they're $10 each. But I think this is really worth it because at Universal, you can trade your cards. You can trade them at Sugar Plums. You can trade them in a couple of the shops when you're exiting the studios as well. So both Islands of Adventure and the studios. So I think it's really worth it if you want to have all the chocolate frog cards. As far as I can tell, all of the chocolate frog cards as of recording are the following: Albus Dumbledore, Godric Gryffindor, Salazar Slytherin, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, Garrick Ollivander, Gilderoy Lockhart, Bertie Bott, and now we're getting into some of the lesser known ones. I'll read out what they did as well. Devlin Whitehorn, who created the Nimbus Racing Broom Company. Jocunda Sykes, she was the first person to ever fly across the Atlantic on a broom. Heinz of Woodcroft is the person who started Hogsmeade, and the Three Broomsticks is apparently his old home. Artemisia Lufkin is the first witch to become Minister for Magic. And I think the only one I don't have is Merlin. Now, the trading of the chocolate frog cards, while available, isn't very easy. Some of the employees don't know about it and say we don't have it, or they ask senior employee who will say, oh yeah, we do have it, let me just go grab it, and then they have to go away for a few minutes because it's quite hidden. But I definitely know that the shop on while leaving Islands of Adventure and the shop while leaving the studios and Sugar Plums do it. There might be a few other shops that do it that I don't know about. And they usually do have Bertie Bott, Ollivander, Lockhart and the main five, but it's a bit more difficult to get Devlin, Jacunda, Artemisia and Heinz and Merlin, because I didn't even manage to get him. And that card is only 2 years old, so theoretically he should be more in circulation because they printed a lot more of him at the start. I don't know. I got another Chocolate Frog keepsake so that I could swap more Chocolate Frog cards from Sugar Plums. I also got a normal box from Sugar Plums for $10 because the people I went with also bought one each. And if you look closely, you can tell there is a slight difference between the UK box and the American box. The UK one is a bit more purpley and the American one is a bit more blue, and it also has more defined shapes and seems a bit smaller, but just minimally. Also at Sugar Plums I got a no melt ice cream, which is tiny. This is the Florian Fortescue's ice cream compared to it. It's quite good. I got the chocolate one. I did quite like it. The caramelized cherries that they served, I'm not sure I'm used to them. I think maybe if you live in America and they're all over the place, they're good, but they weirded me out a bit. The no melt ice cream itself is good, but it's very, very sweet, which is why it's so tiny, because it's just difficult to eat any more of it than this. I was struggling halfway through. And that was $6, but it's a tiny little cup, and us humans tend to like little things. Another thing that I got from Sugar Plums is a cauldron cake. You can also get these in Honeydukes, but I just got it from Sugar Plums. There's chocolate-based cauldron cakes that are a bit more similar to what is seen in the movie, but they're also available in England, so I wasn't too bothered about that. But these aren't, as far as I'm aware. And the fun thing about this is there's a recipe at the bottom for the cauldron cake, and the actual cauldron itself is silicone, so you can remake it as many times as you want. The cauldron cake itself is, again, very, very sweet. About as much icing as there is cake, but very pretty, and this was $11. But again, the fact that you can remake it as many times as you want is a big plus for me, like with the chocolate ones from the Warner Brothers haul. At King's Cross, there's also a little snack shop where they sell UK snacks, and they're just normal to me. Anyone who goes there who isn't from England must think, oh, that's really cool, it's really authentic. And it is really authentic. I got an aero bar there when I was a bit sad about leaving on the last day or the second to last day, I can't remember, and that was $2.95, so about £2 just over for an aero bar, which isn't too terrible, to be honest. Gilly water is either $4 or $5, I can't remember, but I like the look of it, so I got one. And that wasn't the only reason. I also got it so that I could have something to put my Eternel's elixir into. The first elixir I got was the Draught of Peace, which I honestly have forgotten the flavour of. I'd call this blue raspberry. It's my favourite. I like blue, it's Ravenclaw, and judging by the flavours that I was told, it also sounded the best. And the second one I got is the fire protection potion, which was like watermelon, peach and strawberry or something like that. And I don't really like artificial watermelon, but this was alright. Definitely sounded better to me than the other two, which had pineapple in it. It's pure fruit punch. But I really like the bottles these come in, and they're $4.25 each, which is a bit lot considering it's just a vial of squash, but I do like the bottles they come in. I also got a Harry Potter water bottle. They're in Target for like $25, but I didn't get one there because that seemed excessive to me. But I did manage to get it for $10 at a flea market I went to. I like the look of it. Like, the brown isn't the best, but I think it will grow on me. And it seems to be a bit misprinted, but I'm not too bothered because it will wear off with time anyway. I like the shape of it. It seems like a good shape, and it has the 24 hours of cold and 12 hours of hot in it as well, so that's pretty good. And now onto the Harry Potter non-food. I recommend that if you're going to Universal for one day, you go to Hogsmeade first, because they have the better rides and you have less waiting times. But if you're going for more than one day, I definitely recommend that on your first day you go to Diagon Alley first and go to Gringotts Money Exchange, because in these lovely little envelopes, cost you nothing. It's just more fun. It feels more like you're on the same journey that Harry was on. You can exchange $10 and $20 bills into Gringotts bills. I didn't take a photo or video of them because I promptly spent them, but it's amazing because it's not quite like having galleon sickles and nuts, because a galleon is meant to be about £6, which is about $9 or so. So it's not quite the same. It just says 10 galleons on it, or like 10 Gringotts notes. I don't remember exactly, but it's fun. The goblin talks to you, and the people are really lovely. But I do really recommend you do this. It's very fun talking to the goblin, and there's usually no one in there anyway. And now onto something very important. A wand chose me. So they come in this Ollivander's bag. Mine got a bit damaged from the travel. It's difficult to keep it in good condition, but the box itself is still good, and the wand. A red box with the Ollivander sticker on it. It's ash, dragon heartstring, 14 3/4 inches, and in fairness I can't remember what the flexibility was, but this is what my wand looks like. Little round bits on the bottom and sort of leaf vines on the top. It's not my favourite wand design out of the ones that aren't character designs, but it is the one that chose me, so it's an interactive one, and I have already managed to chip a little bit off while at Universal, I guess from carrying it in the wand pocket. It's really heavy compared to the ones I make, so that's nice. It costs $55 without tax, so quite expensive. But if you do have a wand choose you, I think it's really difficult to not buy it. And next, this t-shirt. It's got a faint Hogwarts castle with a silvery writing of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Universal Orlando. It was $27. I do really like it, and I wanted a t-shirt from there, and all of them seemed kind of not quite what I wanted, but then this one, I saw this one in Filch's Emporium and I was like, yeah, that one's the one I want. This Gringotts bank ID thing, lovely lanyard, lovely materials used all over it, $12.95, and with the printed photo inside. I think it's great value for money because the printed photos there are very expensive and you get to keep the lanyard with it, and I think that's great. Obviously you need to take a good photo first, so you can always go single riders or something to speed through Gringotts if you want to keep going again and again to get a good photo, but I do recommend it. I'm getting this. Not necessarily the big printed photo, but this, yes. Speaking of photos, you can either buy each photo digitally and printed each time you ride on something, which I think the digital ones are $5 each, and the printed ones can be up to like 30 something dollars each. The ones I got before getting this were $26 each. But you can also get the My Universal Photo Pass for, it cost us $109.99, but you get to keep all the photos they take of you digitally, no matter how horrendous they are. You get 2 printed photos with the photo pass, and then you can also add to it that you want 5 more printed photos for some fee, but for $110 you could buy just 4 printed photos pretty much, because we got them for $26 a piece, and you get 7 printed photos and all of them digitally as well. So I think that's really worth it if you do want the photos they take, which I quite like the ones from the Rise, so I do recommend it. This one is probably my favourite photo of myself. A little bit of context: I went on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey probably about 20 times over the time that I spent at Universal. I really like it. It's my favourite ride there. And about the after the 3rd or 4th go, I knew exactly where the camera was and when to get ready. So I tried to pose a few times, and I think this one is really quite fun. There we go. There's the digital version as well, so you can see it better. I think it's quite funny. It's fun to have a photo like that. You can also send postcards from the studios. A sheet of 10 stamps like this is $14.95, and you need to use 3 stamps to get it to the UK. I sent 1 to Poland and 2 to myself in England. One of them has arrived so far. It got stamped a bit by the US Postal Service, I suppose. Here is the postcard where I wrote, I said, "I'm currently having a lovely time on the Owlery floor. A bit sad to be leaving tomorrow. Enjoy the memories." I didn't really know what to write on a postcard to myself, so I also drew this owl that I called Harold. Here he is. I also wrote that Polish Ravenclaw on here with the sugar quill, but I don't think you can tell. I thought this one's quite funny because Universal is in America. But I took the NSPS postcard set that I got in the like lucky dip bag from Mina Lima to send a few, because I don't usually send the postcards I buy from Mina Lima, but since that was a repeat, I thought I'd send a few of these. And it's stamped with the Hogsmeade postal stamp. You can also send them from Diagon Alley, but I'd written 3 postcards at once on the floor of the owlery and forgotten that I wanted to send one from Diagon Alley, so I just sent them all from Hogsmeade because I'd put them in the box before I realised what I was doing. I got this Ravenclaw badge reel from Filch's Emporium. I was going to get it from Globus Mundi, but it was more convenient to get it from Filch's Emporium. It's just a reel out thing you can put a card into. I like the look of it, and I think it will come in practical at some point in my life, and it's $9.95. I got a Jacob's Ladder from Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. It's one of my favourite toys. It's quite fun, and you can do a magic trick with it where a penny or whatever coin you want can disappear, or even 2 at once. It's got instructions inside. And this was $6.95. All the things at Weasley's Wizard Wheezes were either ridiculously overpriced, like $17 for playing cards, or kind of normal price, like this Jacob's Ladder or a skipping rope was $7.95 or $6.95 as well. The Skiving snack box though cost something like $40, and it's quite big, so I thought I'm not going to be able to transport it well enough. But it's actually cheaper to buy the things individually than in the box. I mean, I know it's cooler to get the Skiving snack box, but it's not much of an incentive. Here's the magic trick. You can also get gift cards at Universal, which I did do. There's 3 designs. There's one General Harry Potter one Diagon Alley one, and one Hogsmeade one. I think they're quite pretty, and I wanted to spend on these and the Gringotts money, which is what I did. This undesirable number 1 keyring was $11, though on my particular one you can see that the original price was $8.95 and they just put it up because clearly people were buying it. I got a keyring because he's disappearing on it. That's pretty cool, in my opinion. And now onto what I'm sure a lot of you might be waiting for, the pins. I was waiting for them, and I bought many fewer than I was expecting to. I thought I'd buy like 20 to 40. I think I got 7 or 8. But I think that's better because I was trying to control myself and I managed to somehow. And also you enjoy each badge more if you if you buy them individually than if you buy like 20 at once. You don't enjoy them as much. I bought the badges sort of in groups. There's not much meaning to the groups, but this is just how I bought them. This Dumbledore's Army one was $9. It's got all the signatures and shadows on here, silhouettes. So that's pretty nice. I like it quite a lot. Then there's this Journey to Hogwarts. That one was $11, but I really like the colours on this one. And then this golden egg opening pin is $14. And as the name suggests, it opens. If you pull this bit at the top, it opens, and then there's a swirly grey thing, glittery thing inside, and it does open, but it doesn't scream, so that's good. Then I got this Weasley's Wizard Wheezes pin. I really like this design, and I got it from Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, the shop, for $9. Then I got this Gryffindor entrance to Dumbledore's office one for $14.95, which is a lot, considering it's just layered. There's not much else that's special about it as far as I can tell, and part of it is literally a photo, I think, but something drew me to it and now I have it. And finally, for $15, this golden Hogwarts crest. I really like the gel type of backgrounds they have for the houses, and it's like seems really solid and very, very detailed. I did like it a lot. It just spoke to me. There are quite a few Hogwarts designs, and this one was probably the most expensive one, but I got it anyway. And the last badge that I got that's Harry Potter is this Ravenclaw badge, because I couldn't imagine going to Warner Brothers without getting a Ravenclaw badge. I probably have 30 or so Ravenclaw badges now, and this one just seemed like a nice little lapel one that if I put on a blazer at a fancy event, people won't question, even though it's Harry Potter. I also got 2 non-Harry Potter pins, which I'll just drop in here. A Universal Studios clapboard that actually claps for $11, and a Captain America shield one, which has 2 pins for $9. It's really just neat. And American, which is where I was. And now onto some Harry Potter objects that weren't from Universal. I got a Sorcerer's Stone ring, which did actually have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone written on the back of it, which is why it's sort of indented, or like outdented. I don't know what the word is here. But it's rubbed off because I wore it on the first day and was constantly rubbing it out of excitement, I guess. I don't really wear rings, but it was in Hot Topic the first time I went, and I couldn't imagine going to Hot Topic and not buying something Harry Potter themed, so. The ring is $5 on sale. I also got this Harry Potter t-shirt for $14.99, which it says it's from Hot Topic, which it originally was, but I got it at the flea market as well. And it's actually a decade old. It's from 2010. It's not quite a decade old because the Deathly Hallows was released in July, I think. But I just like it because this is like the old type of Harry Potter t-shirt design, and it's from Hot Topic, and it's a Harry Potter t-shirt, and I don't know, it really spoke to me. I also got a Harry Potter Pez dispenser from Box Lunch. I'd just never seen a Harry Potter Pez dispenser, and I was kind of in awe that it existed. There was also a Hermione and a Ron for $6.90. It is a Funko Pop, and I don't buy them for the sole reason that if I did, I would buy all of them and be absolutely broke, because there's hundreds at this point. But it's a Harry Potter Pez dispenser with a sorting hat on, so I'm really excited by this. I also got this St. Patrick's set of 5 mini cauldrons from Dollar Tree for $1. I'm not quite sure what my plan is, but the handles move and you can put stuff inside them, so I thought Harry Potter might be worth doing something with. These Ravenclaw socks from Hot Topic were $6.90. They're really quite nice feeling. And I wanted some Harry Potter socks from America as well, so that fulfills that dream. This Harry Potter 2020 calendar, which I still haven't opened, was $2 in a shop called Go, Fun and Go, Toys and Calendars, something like that. That was in the Florida Mall, because all calendars were 75% off. And I hadn't bought a Harry Potter calendar yet, and I thought this one was quite nice. Or a Harry Potter wall calendar. I do have a pocket calendar, but not a wall one. Barnes & Noble had some really nice gift cards, and so I got myself some so that I could keep them. And with the gift cards, I got this Grindelwald's pendant for $24.47 because it's half price. I've been looking at it since it was released by the Noble Collection, and there are a couple on eBay that are in that area, £22 to £27 now, but I think it's just that much more special that it comes from America, and it's really, really pretty, and yeah, I think I was quite lucky to find it for 50% off. I also got some Harry Potter stamps from Walmart for $1.48 for 4 of them, which I thought was pretty good, and this cup for 87 cents, which I thought was quite fun. While I was in Miami, I went to Classic Bookshop. That wasn't actually in Miami, it was on the way to Miami in Palm Beach. And I got this. It's not just the Death Eater mask. It's about half size. You couldn't actually wear it, but it still looks very pretty. And this box is pretty and heavy. And it was $40, but it opens with a lovely latch. And inside you have the Death Eater mask there, but you also have Tom Riddle's diary and a basilisk fang pen. Diary does say Tom Marvolo Riddle on the back, and there's some stickers of the Horcruxes. Very well designed, I love it. And this basilisk fang pen, which is amazing. I love it. And in the diary there's quotes from people and photos from the movie, and I just think it's wonderful. $40 does sound like a lot, but if you convert it back to £30 and consider how much the Noble Collection Tom Marvolo Riddle Diary replica costs, I think it's really not that bad. And I'd never even seen this before. Most Harry Potter things I have seen before online or wherever, apart from like clothes. Clothes are difficult to keep track of because there's so many of them. But this I'd never seen before. And it turns out it's because A, I think it's only available in America, and B, it was only released last year. And at the bookshop, I got given 2 badges for free because I was wearing lots of badges on my backpack. I got this 9th House Leigh Bardugo one, which has the YA snake on it. The snake that's on all of the YA covers. And this Be More RBG badge as well. They're not the same size as the badges I wear, but still lovely to get some free badges. And the final Harry Potter thing I got is this Prophecy Maze game. It's the type of game where you have to just like move this ball around to get the metal ball through the maze. But it's on a nice stand. And it looks like the Prophecy from Order of the Phoenix, but bigger. I saw this in the same shop that I got the calendar from. Didn't originally buy it because I didn't know whether I'd have enough space in my luggage. But then on the day before last, I decided, yes, I do have enough space. So I got it. It was $28 when I first asked, but then the sales changed. And it was $34, which I think is still a pretty good price for this. It's an amazing looking toy. And I believe that is all of the Harry Potter stuff I got. So now, onto the non-Harry Potter stuff, if you're still interested. I went to see Dr. Dolittle on the 22nd of January for $10.92. It was alright, I had fun. The American cinema was really weird, it was Cinemark, and all of the chairs were lounge chairs. I'm not sure if that's just the screen I was in or if that's genuinely how it is all over America, but that's amazing. I've only ever seen that in Odeon and only the like front 2 rows, so, and you have to pay like extra. And this was a bit cheaper than like normal UK cinema prices, so that was pretty nice. And that was before it was actually released in the UK. I think it was 17th of January for America and then like 12th of February for England or something. 17th of February? I'm not too sure, but I got to see it before the UK release date anyway. At the cinema, I also got for $3 this Star Wars pin with R2-D2 and C-3PO in it. And it's for Variety, the children's charity. After I went to see Dolittle, there was an arcade next to the cinema, so I played Dance Dance Revolution, and there were also little doggies in an arcade machine. So I played that. I think it was something like $3 for 4 tokens at that arcade, and you needed 2 tokens to play this. I think 3 for the Dance Dance Revolution and 3 for table hockey. But I found these 2 dogs on the floor, Bella and Boxer, and I've named them, why not? And these 2 I got from the machine, which are Lulu and James. So yeah, I like these little types of things that I can get from America. At Gatorland, because it's difficult to go to Florida without going to Gatorland, I got a little gator who was on a lollipop. The lollipop was artificial watermelon flavoured, which I think this little guy was trying to be mean to me because I don't like watermelon, but he just spoke to me too much, for $9.49. And I also got this gator pin for $6.99. It was the last one in the shop and I like pins, so he can actually bite you, which is pretty fun. At Barnes & Noble, I got some I Have No Shelf Control socks for $9.99, which is true, and I also like socks. I think I got like 3 or 4 pairs of socks in America. And I also got a set of Dungeons and Dragons dice. I don't think I'll be playing Dungeons and Dragons anytime soon. I have in the past, but the dice drew me in. They were Ravenclaw colours and $9.95. And at Barnes & Noble for $5.99, I also got Quirkle Rummy, which may sound like 2 entirely made up words, and they are. Quirkle, or Quirkle, is a German game where it's like Scrabble, but it's only shapes and colours, so it's easier, and I really like it. I also got a travel version of that in Target for $14.90. But this is a card version that's mixed with Rummy, and Rummy is a game in which you have to have a set to be able to lay down on the table and the first person to get rid of all of the cards wins. And there's points involved, and you can play multiple rounds. And I really like that game as well, so I thought a combination of those two for only $6, that's brilliant. So I haven't played it yet, but I'm hoping I'll have lots of fun when I do, because it looks pretty cool. A combination of two of my favourite games, or some of my favourite games. I have other favourite games, but these are up there in the Muggle games. I went to Dollar Tree at least twice. I got 2 packets of endgame playing cards, and whenever I buy playing cards I have to buy 2 packets because of the game that's similar to Rummy. It's not quite Rummy, it's called Remik in Polish, that I really like to play, and you need 2 packs for that, so that's why I got 2 packs. I think they're pretty cool. Also got an Etch-a-Sketch, it's what it's called, but it's not an Etch-a-Sketch because on an Etch-a-Sketch there's 2 circles, but it's still a pretty cool little doodling thing that I thought might be fun. I got a Spider-Man bubble because they sell them in Polish shops, and I used to get them a lot when I was younger, and I just thought this is quite fun. I also got some novelty glasses. Purple versions of my glasses for $1. Sunglasses, so not quite as useful, but isn't that fun? And retractable cables, charging cables, because I really like retractable charging cables. They're much easier to use. They're about 1 meter long, I think. 71 centimeters, which is good enough in most situations. I got 3 of these, a blue, a red and a white one, for American colours. And also just because they do tend to break after a little bit, and I like using them, so just for making sure that I can use them for a while. From Hot Topic, I got some Umbrella Academy socks, some Panic at the Disco bracelets, and another Panic at the Disco bracelet. I don't really wear bracelets, but I wanted some Panic at the Disco stuff, and all the t-shirts weren't there, the ones that I liked, so I just settled for some bracelets, because I will wear them occasionally. The Umbrella Academy socks were $6.90, and the Panic at the Disco bracelets were $6.90 for the single one, and $9.99 for the 3 of them. I also got pins. I got a Spoopy cat. I am not joking. This badge actually says Spoopy, not Spooky. It's a glow-in-the-dark enamel pin for $6.90. I also got How to Train Your Dragon pins, little matching ones, for $10.90. The Night Fury and the Light Fury. I also got a mood pencil for my friend and for myself, a blue one from Universal. It's called a mood pencil. It's really just heat activated. It turns a lighter colour when you add heat to it. For 95 cents. It's the type of bad souvenir you get, and it was a mood pencil. So I wanted them. I've given out most of the stuff to my friends already, but I also got for the same friend a necklace for $7.95 from Universal also. From Target I got some gum because I've seen far too many 5 gum ads to not get any, so I got a peppermint cobalt set, this is a really weird packaging for a gum, but it smells through the packaging, and even when it was still wrapped in plastic foil, it smelled very strong gum. And there's 5 strawberry flood gum, 3 packs. Also got that because I wanted to try some strawberry. I think this was $2.99 and this was $3.49, but I might have gotten the prices mixed the wrong way around. I also got this set of Marvel Hearts Friendship Exchange with candy for $6.99. There's 22 of them in here. And that's just to give out to friends. There's still some left, but I think what they do in American elementary schools is they have friends just swap these type of toys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was in the Valentine's section and it says friendship exchange, so that's what I'm assuming happens. Also got kazoos, 12 kazoos for $5. Pretty good price. You can play music on it. There is an art to playing the kazoo though, because it's difficult to get the hang of at first, but once you do, you've got it. Yeah, laughing for a kazoo is the best thing. Also got a set of funky glasses. There were 6 pairs of these. There we go. For $3. I just think they can be quite fun if I never need to do some sort of hosting thing. It's not very serious. I got some Altoids from 7-Eleven for I can't remember. $2 or $3. They're really big for mints. There we go, there goes one. But I got them because every movie they have Altoids and they're not actually Altoids. So I'm just waiting until I've eaten them all. And I'm going to fill them with something ridiculous like badges or who knows what. But in Charlie's Angels, they're like little dots that make people go to sleep. And in Ant-Man and the Wasp, they're ants that grow bigger when you open it. Also got 2 How to Train Your Dragon eggs. There was lots of How to Train Your Dragon stuff in America and I had to kind of stop myself from buying it. 2 eggs, $5.99 each, and in the eggs, little plush toys of the dragons. I also got some Sharpies because I always thought I'd get some Sharpies from America, so I did. I can't remember what they were, $4 or $5. And from Michael's, I got some chocolate molds. One of the alphabet and one of some with numbers and happy birthday. I think it's a good idea to like be able to put these on cakes and things. I also just always thought I'd get something from Michael's and this seems like something I'll actually use. The chocolate molds were $4.99 each. Also from Walmart, I got this horse phone stand for $4.99 or $4.89 or something like that. It's very weird looking, but it actually functions very well. We were able to use this as a car navigation holding thing, and it didn't fall over all that many times despite not being actually sticky, so it's quite good. Also from Target, Quiddler, which sounds a bit like Quidditch, and I like that, and it's a card game about words, which sounds very nerdy, but it was $13 and I thought this might be very fun, or it will be something I buy and then never use. We'll see. This Avengers pouch was $2.99 in a souvenir shop. I quite like it. I like little symbols like badges. I like that type of design, and it's actually fairly steady for $3. Also from Hot Topic, I'm not sure how you could go to Hot Topic and not do this. I got an MCR shirt, $22.90, and while wearing the shirt I was actually able to buy tickets to the concert on the 18th of June, so I'll be there wearing this shirt. I look like such a nerd now, but I also got some Cheese Whiz from Publix, which is a shop I never hear being talked about, but I think really deserves it, because it's like Target, except they take the coupons of other shops, which is genius, I think. And it's a jar of Cheese Whiz. I couldn't find sprayable Cheese Whiz, but I also got sprayable cheese, and they were both $4.99 each. I also got this umbrella hat, which I will not open because I'm superstitious like that, for $1.50 at the flea market. I also got some Kool-Aid, some Jello, and some Rainbow Nerds from Target or Walmart for like $2 each. I wanted to try these, haven't yet. I got this little cat purse for $1.80 in a shop called A Christmas to Remember that was closing down soon because Christmas has been gone. It says, "I'm not bossy, I'm the boss." It was quite useful because I got quite lost in American money in the sense that the nickels and the dimes and the quarters, they all look very similar, especially the like nickels and quarters. There's only a slight difference between them. So putting them all in one place away from the dollars, which also all look the same, helped me. I got 2 penny press as well in America. I get a Land one, which says "Trespassers will be eaten," and a universal one from Shrek, because there were no Harry Potter ones. Those were 51 cents each, I guess, because you keep the cent but it's pressed into and you need 2 quarters. I really sincerely hope that is everything. As you can tell, I did spend a lot of money in America, but I was also saving up for this for a year and getting like mentally prepared for it for like 3 or 4 years. So I'm just still in shock that it happened, to be honest. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. If you're wondering, I didn't buy a Sorcerer's Stone book to add to my multilingual collection because I already have one from the car boot sale and it was like 50p, and the hardback that I wanted was like $26, so I'd considered it not worth it. Can't find them right now, but I will in post-production magic.